Hello, I'm that UK Gamer, also known as Martin, and I apologise for any squealing you may hear during this video. There are foxes outside doing God knows what. Anyway, how are you all? Hope you've all been safe. Don't know about you, but locally my shops are starting to open, including 3 or 4 charity shops. I think there are about 10, so still a few more to open. My local retro game shop has opened. I believe the local CX cash converters etc. have, but I haven't had a chance to get down there. Have yours opened yet? Do you still have a lot more to open? Well, either way, hopefully they'll be open soon and we'll be able to go proper game hunting again. But talking of game hunting, just because not all the shops are open doesn't stop it happening fully. I have managed to pick up some games on Game Hunts, including one extra special pickup which I will feature at the end of the video, which I suspect will get the attention of a fair few people. I'm intrigued to see what you think about it. Shall we get into the games? First one is one that I've played multiplayer, I believe, about 17-18 years ago, but that's about the only time I've played it. I haven't played the single player. I had the Wii version for this game. It was okay, but never really got into it. What game is it? Well, before I tell you, just a little hint, see if you can get it. So, I got to 100 Nintendo 64 games, because I'm going for the full set cartridge only. Christmas, New Year time, when I bought The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask and an expansion pack. It, of course, needs expansion pack to play, and there are 2 others. So, one of them is Perfect Dark, the other is Donkey Kong 64. Which one do you think this is? I'll give you 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is Donkey Kong 64. Thus completing the trifecta of expansion pack required games, as I got Perfect Dark ages ago for £5. From what I remember, this was reasonably fun, but I said I've only played it once or twice a good few years ago. Never got a chance to try out the single player. I have seen footage, looks decent, and it is by Rare, which gives me hope as well, as everyone knows what they were like with the Nintendo 64. Not entirely sure what to expect. I've heard some of the music and it doesn't really draw me in, I have to admit. But I'm going to give it a try. It's only fair. And it can't be that bad, as I said, because it's made by Rare. Yeah. Talking of Nintendo 64, I don't have any more games to show off. However, I do have approximately 10, 12 more at home, which I've bought since Christmas, which I think I've hardly, if not actually shown any of them. So, when I get a chance, I will showcase them as well. Okay. So, the next 4 are all for the same console, the Nintendo Wii. The first 2 are slightly separate from the other 2, so I'll get into them first and I'll explain why. The first one is The Simpsons game. This is one I played previously on Xbox 360. I believe I bought it on release, brand new. Haven't played any of the other versions yet, but I know the front cover is different and I believe it's slightly different otherwise, but I can't remember what. It was a fun game, I will admit that. Fun 3D platformer, but again, it's been 12 odd years since I played it, so this may almost be like a fresh game. I do have some memories of playing it, so I'm intrigued to see how it feels after all this time and on a different console and with a different controller if I use the Wii remote. I do enjoy The Simpsons, especially old Simpsons, so although this isn't the old stuff, it's not the more recent stuff, so I'm intrigued to see how it goes. I believe it's almost tied into the movie, coming out about the same sort of time, I think, 2007. Yeah, 2007, so, yeah. I do remember there was a Pokemon-esque thing. I believe it's almost shown by comic book. So, I'm intrigued to see how this plays. It's complete as well. And this and the next game are slightly special, which I mentioned, and I'll explain that after. And the other one is one I have played, never owned, which is a bit surprising, but it's about time I did, and it is Super Mario Galaxy. I remember playing this before. I think my friend had it, borrowed it. I remember it's the first game pretty much with 2D Mario in a while, which was fun to do. I'm intrigued to give it a proper try, as I've never actually just like properly tried and played through it. So that'll be good. I remember there are some good levels on it though, so that I'm looking forward to. Although I have been playing this, I've never played number 2, I believe. So now I've got this, I'm really going to have to look into getting it. And also, I have to say that the disc looks pretty cool. And as you can see, it's complete, so that's good as well. This and the Simpsons game both came from my local retro game shop. So I'd like to thank him for that. And the reason they are special is that today that I'm recording this, Thursday the 2nd of July, is actually mine and my girlfriend's 4th anniversary being together. So we end up obviously buying each other presents, but we don't tend to do the romantic stuff very much. Buy each other a little romantic thing, but mostly something we want. Often her me buying me games. I bought her Pokemon cards, it turns out, but she bought me games, and these are the 2 I chose, Simpsons game and Super Mario Galaxy. So I'm really happy to have these in my Wii collection, my collection as a whole, and to actually give them a proper go through. Especially Galaxy, which I've never really properly tried to play fully through. And it'd be good to visit this again. There are 2 more Wii games. One I bought at the same time as them 2 from my girlfriend. And this is Sonic Colors for the Wii. This was £7, also from my retro game shop. As I'm sure you may know, and if you haven't noticed already, I am wearing the relevant trousers, which may well have given it away. I love Sonic. I am a massive Sonic fan. Sonic is my favourite gaming character, and I think that was actually one of my first ever videos, however bad it was. But this is one I've never played. The closest I've come is playing Sonic Generations, where the last basic level is based on Sonic Colors. So I'm intrigued to actually try the proper game. As you can see, it's complete again. Pretty good looking disc actually. Better than a lot I've seen. Welcome to Dr. Eggman. It's not Eggman, it's robotic. It will always be Robotnik. Incredible Interstellar Amusement Park. The colour thing, giving you abilities, is a bit gimmicky, but I can see how it can work, having played Generations, but it'd be interesting to see how it actually works out on this. And as this is one I've never played, especially being a Sonic game, it's one I'm definitely looking forward to. And it's not only another game from my Wii collection, but also another game from my Sonic collection, which is growing quite a bit, and I will show fully at some point soon, and you will see what I mean. I've got some really quirky stuff in there. There is one more Wii game, but before I show it quickly, bought this on release. Oh yeah, Sonic movie DVD, had to buy it. Saw this in the cinema right before lockdown, which is quite bad to be honest, because that was about a month after it came out, and as I said, I'm a massive Sonic fan, and I had 2 weeks of that time off, so that's pretty bad. Love the film though. I bought this for £10 from Asda, complete with the comic book. And also, Jim Carrey actually makes a brilliant Robotnik. And having seen that sequel has apparently been officially announced, I'm looking forward to that as well. Here's the comic, Sonic the Hedgehog in Sonic and Donut Lord. And what I love is it's the 2D graphics. How cool is that? So yeah, really happy to have that DVD. Anyway, one last Wii game, And this is significant because it's the first charity shop pickup I actually made in 3 odd months. It is Disney's planes, which I picked up for £1.50. Never seen planes. I know it's similar to the cars. Never really seen it around the game unless I've just been blind to it. But this was £1.50 in a charity shop. So I bought it partly because, well, I could have looked up the CX price and didn't, but I know everything's been inflated because of lockdown. But I just wanted to get that first charity shop pickup, if I'm honest. And I suspect that may be the case with a few other people. So the case itself is in good condition. And as you can see, it is complete. So that's cool. And the disc itself is pretty mint. Look, you can see me recording. Ooh. Yeah. So they are the game pickups I've done since, well, I suppose since the shops have reopened on the 15th of June. Yeah, 15th of June. I mentioned one extra special pickup. I actually picked that up today. This was £60, also from my local retro game shop, and it is amazing. And it is in this bag of doom. Any guesses? Okay. It is, and I'm sure this is really going to interest a few people here. Ready? You can tell I'm building this up, can't you? It is an Atari 2600. This console is about 10 years older than I am, and I'm 33. That's how old this is. It came out in 1977, hence that Retron 77 being released, which was the Hyperkin version of it a couple of years ago. I've never actually played an Atari, let alone own one till now, so I'm very interested in it. I'm also intrigued by the fact it has a colour and black and white TV setting here. I don't know how well you'll be able to see it. Also like the fact that the controller sockets are basically Mega Drive Master System ones, and I'm sure I've heard there's cross compatibility there, so I'm going to look into that. But it's also the wood effect one, so happy about that. This in itself cost me £50 from the retro shop. I paid £60, but that's because I picked up 4 games, which I will show off in a minute. But I am really happy to have this. There's a few games I've been meaning to try, so now it's a case of just getting them games and giving it a go. And this ties in with me having started to get really retro stuff. I have some games for retro consoles at home, which when I get there, I intend to show off. I don't know what you're going to think of them, because they are random as anything, unless you've seen them on Twitter. And I know some people have. But yeah, this is my brand, well, it's not exactly brand new, it's 40 odd years old, but to me it's brand new, an Atari 2600. As for games, picked up 4. First one, Video Checkers. I'm hoping this is like drafts, because if it is, I'm happy, because I love drafts. I enjoy playing it, and I like to think I'm pretty decent at it. And a computer game version, I will take. I also believe it's on that new 51 worldwide games from Switch, which I'm intrigued by and tempted to buy. If you have it, is it any good? 51 worldwide games on Nintendo Switch. Second game, yes, bowling, which has 3 modes on it, which we use the Game Select switch on the Atari, and these are curveball, steerable ball, that sounds intriguing, and straight ball. There was actually 2 versions of this at the retro shop. This one with pink writing, pink, red, somewhere in the middle there, and a blue one. So I went for the pink one because I prefer red, and I think it was £1 cheaper as well. Do you know anything about why there'd be a colour difference in the label? If you do, please let me know. Third game. Okay, gonna do this one last. Third game is actually going to be miniature golf. Who doesn't love a bit of mini golf? Even if it is like 40 odd years old, it's still fun. So as a result of that, I really can't wait to give this one a go, because I haven't played mini golf in a long time. I know there are some good games of it, so I'm intrigued to see how one this old works. Yeah. Okay, last game. Knowing me, this is not a surprise I picked this up. I'm sure also that it won't surprise some other people as well if you've been following me for a while. I can tell you this game is also from 1980. So that's a good 7 years older than me. It is Championship Soccer. I had to get a football game, didn't I? To be fair, that is the only reason I picked it up, because I wanted a football game, because I like my football and my football games, which I'm sure you know by now. This is about, what, 13 years before the first FIFA, so I'm intrigued. I have got older games. I have ones for the Master System, which are older, I believe, than FIFA. Yeah, it must be. I've got World Cup Italia 90. But this is like 10 years before that, so I'm intrigued to see how it plays and what it looks like. But yeah. And as you may have noticed with all these, well, you might not, because I haven't showed you, but if you know the Atari, you know it. They used the joystick, so I will show that in a sec. As it turns out, bowling is actually from 1979. Golf doesn't actually say, and video checkers is also 1980. Okay, the controller. This may really take some people back. Sorry, I say controller. It's not even a controller, what we think of as controller now. It's a joystick. I have not used one of these in so long. Well, that's not strictly true, actually. But the first time I probably used a joystick was for my Amiga 500, which I had about 20 odd years ago now. Yeah, and even then that's more one of them ones you see for jet planes with the trigger button on the actual stick bit. I have used one of these. It was about 7 years ago in Berlin. However, that was at the Computerspiele Museum, or Computer Game Museum, and was about, I have no idea how many times bigger than this, but it was the world's biggest joystick. And I think when I stood up, and I'm 6 foot, it came to about here on me. And it was about this wide, I kid you not. If you've ever been there, you'll know what I mean. If not, you ever go to Berlin, highly recommend it. Yeah, so I'm intrigued to try using one of these again, especially one which is actually a normal size. And as I said about Mega Drive Master System compatibility, that's the ending, which as you can see looks very, very similar. Yeah, can't wait to give that a go. So, what do you think of the pickups? Anything that they catch your eye? And if so, is it the Atari? Because that really wouldn't surprise me, and I don't blame you one bit. I can't wait to see what other people start to pick up with the shops open. What else becomes available game-wise. I suspect there may be more games available soon as people have cleared out during lockdown. So, hopefully, potentially be able to catch up on the pickups. In the meantime, I hope you all manage to stay safe. And yet, you still get to grab some new games from somewhere. And I can't wait to see what. But for now, stay safe, and I'll see you later. Bye.